Hi everyone! I know, I'm coming at you with no makeup on, and yet I'm here to talk about the Sephora sale. I've also been trying to draw more often, and initially I wasn't even planning on making this video, but then I was like, you know, I should just make a community post and see, and I got a couple people who were interested, so I was like, you know what, I'll do it really quick. Now, this is not going to be a super long video where I talk about like a million different things that you have to buy from Sephora tomorrow. I'm not going to talk about products where I think you can get a better deal elsewhere. So for example, I'm not going to be talking about Pat McGrath in this video. You're better off just waiting for one of her sales that's 25 to 35% off, or if it glitches. I'm only going to talk about things that I've been using for a while that I really like. Again, this is not a recommendation of what you need to go buy right now. This is just if you have already budgeted out money for the sale and you just kind of are wondering what's out there, maybe you're a little on the fence, you're a little indecisive, and you just kind of are like, well, I'm not sure what to get. Like, I have money for it, so I need to fill my cart up to, you know, spend my money. Like, you want to spend your money, then this video is for you. So I hope this helps you guys. I hope you guys will forgive me for not having any makeup on. Maybe I'll put some on as we go along, but I am so busy. I literally, once I sit down to film this and edit it, I have to go out again. I have another appointment, so we'll get through this as quick as we can. I have one concealer that I do really like and that I could recommend you guys getting because I do like it, and it's gonna be the Lancome Teint Idole. I'll go ahead and I'll put some on my face just so that I don't look completely unpresentable. So it's for me, it's like a medium coverage concealer. I don't use this to cover things up. I use this to kind of supplement my foundation, and I'll just use my finger today. It's very easy to work with, in my opinion. I think it gives a really nice finish to the skin. And what I generally, if I use liquid concealer, I'm using it underneath foundation just so that I have some extra coverage, or I'm mixing it into my foundation to kind of adjust the foundation color or formula. So as you can see, I can blend the concealer out with my fingers. I can also use a sponge. I can use a brush. This concealer is very easy to use. It leaves my skin looking really nice. This is definitely kind of my favorite liquid concealer right now. The only other thing I have on right now is a lip tint, but you can see that just makes my skin look really nice. So then a powder that I can recommend. Now, I got this half off. There was like a flash sale where Ulta had it half off, so I bought one. But I have two powders I can say I really like and I use on a consistent basis. And the first one is going to be the Urban Decay Stay Naked Powder Foundation. As you can see, this is the one I use. I do actually enjoy using the applicator that comes with it. So you can see mine is pretty well loved. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put some on my face. Definitely sets your skin down to very matte. And I find it really doesn't transfer much under a mask at all. So I'm just gonna put this on. I do have very dry skin, so all of the things that I like are gonna be what I think works on my dry skin. And this foundation actually really doesn't dry out my skin that much. Obviously, it's gonna dry it out a little bit. Like, there's always gonna be like a little dry patch here, a little dry patch there. That's unavoidable, but compared to other powder foundations, this honestly is one of the best. So particularly once it hits humid summer here in North Carolina, I'm breaking this out a lot, which is why I do actually have a backup. It just seems like there's not much product in here, but yeah, I like that a lot. And then I don't use this powder as often as I used to, but I still do really like it. So if you're kind of looking at the sale as a chance to get your really big ticket, high-end and luxury items on discount, which obviously 20% off is about as good as it gets for a lot of these brands, then this is one bougie powder I could say if you like it, go for it. And this is going to be the Givenchy Prisme Libre loose powder, and this is in the shade Mousseline Pastel. So you can see how it has these pastel colors and it all mixes together to form a powder that kind of just like brightens and kind of neutralizes any prominent undertones in your face. So for me, it really kind of helps to like brighten up the yellow sallowness that's on my face. This is very mattifying, and it doesn't really dry out my skin, and it looks really nice. I do have a hard time saying is it like worth how much it costs, because I believe it's almost $60, but for 20% off it is a little bit cheaper. And if you just like the experience of Givenchy with what is honestly a really high quality powder, then you're definitely gonna like this. This is one of their Chinese New Year cases, and that's why I got it, was because it's so pretty. And then I don't really have, like I said, I don't really have any foundation, concealer, or setting sprays I can recommend from Sephora. I'm actually planning on picking up some foundations from Sephora, and I would really like to pick up some new powders. So the first thing I could recommend for face is, if it's still in stock, which I don't No. I have my phone. Hold on. Let me check to see if it's still in stock. Because if it's still in stock today, it might still be in stock tomorrow and then you can get it. Okay, yeah, it's still in stock and it's $75 full price. And Charlotte Tilbury is one of the brands that I know a lot of people really say is a great time to get in the sale if you're Rouge, of course, because Charlotte Tilbury's own website usually has like the world's worst sales. I can definitely wholeheartedly say I really love Nudegasm and I've been using it a lot now. Disclaimer, I like don't ever touch these two shades. It's these two shades down here I use the most often. These are very, very hard pressed, very dense baked formulas. So even though I've used it a lot, you can see the imprint is still very visible, which means this will literally last you forever if you get it. When I bought it, I knew I was not going to use the top two shades. I knew going in I really was only getting it for the bottom two. So for me, I enjoy it and it's worth it, even though I never like touch these ever, because this contour shade is just gorgeous. And then if I need it a little bit deeper because the makeup look is a little more intense, I can just mix in a little bit of this, kind of swipe my brush between the two pans, and I just love this formula. It's not completely matte, but it's not completely glowy, and since I don't have anything on my face, I'll go ahead and apply this so you guys can see what it looks like. It's like, you know, that baked hard pressed formula. You definitely do need a denser brush, but as you can see, I'm just brushing it on with this IT Cosmetics brush, and in real time you can see how quickly that applied to my skin and what the color looks like. Ta-da! It's so pretty, and I usually primarily use the lightest shade and then I just mix in a little bit of the darker one. But here's me applying it in real time with this brush. Nothing fancy, I'm not being complicated. Put a little on my chin, a little under my nose, and there. I am contoured and or bronzed. Yeah, alright, that's it. That's how you use Nudegasm. So I really, really have been enjoying this. I got this during the last Sephora VIB sales when I got it, and it's honestly one of the few purchases where I like genuinely am so glad I have this and I love having it. Alright, the next thing is going to be, my cats are crinkling paper, don't mind them. The next thing is going to be the Patrick Ta blush here. This is from the Monochrome Moment collection. Now, I do have his holiday palette with the cream and the powder duos. If you guys like those, they are available as singles now, along with a new shade called She's Blushed. A lot of people really like that formula. The powder is really, really good. I definitely love that, but I don't use the cream as often because I'm just not really a cream blush person, it seems, and I'm like trying to figure out what kind of cream blush will get me into it, but haven't found it yet. But I love his powder formula. His powder formula in the duos is a little more pigmented, whereas this Monochrome Moment blush is more of a wash of color, but it's so pretty. I'm actually going to be getting either one or two of the other shades in this collection because I really hope he doesn't discontinue them, so I'm getting my hands on them before he does because I think some people didn't like it. So the shade I currently have is She's Seductive. It's kind of browny, not really a shade I should have gotten. I should have gotten the pink one, so I definitely am going to get the pink one. So I'm going to put She's Seductive. I'm going to kind of just let it be kind of closer to the outside of my face because this is kind of browny. I don't know why I got this. I don't know why I got this because it's not really a shade that I super like, but you can see it's really, really pretty. It's not ultra pigmented and it just builds up really nicely. I don't really think it adds any glow and it doesn't mattify either, so it's just a really great blush. It just feels like such a solid staple workhorse formula to me. I know some people were like that's why they didn't like it, because they felt that you could, for a much cheaper price, just get a drugstore blush and not have to spend so much on this, but something about this just hits different for me. So I actually am, like, unpopular opinion, but I actually really like the Monochrome Moment powder formula. I really wish he would make more shades of those. So let me continue through my collection to see what else I have that I use a lot that I could comfortably tell you guys to get. Okay, so one more thing to add. So I don't actually use these that often. I mostly just collect them because they're cute, but I did use them a lot back when I didn't like have many eyeshadow palettes. And so the KAJA Beauty Bentos, they're actually super cute. I really like them. So the one I have is Chocolate Dahlia, and that's the one I'm holding. This is definitely, I think, the best one. My sister loves this trio. This is like her favorite trio because it's like got true neutral browns, no warmth, no gray. So they're just like perfect middle ground. I think they look really great. So I'm gonna actually just go ahead and throw some shadow on my eyes. Nothing too terribly complicated. Again, I'm just gonna use a little bit. I think these shadows, they're not extra super pigmented and they're not extra super blendable, but they're not pigmented and they're not blendable, if that makes sense. It's a very easy plain formula that works and that isn't complicated to use. Nothing in particular stands out about it. So yeah, I really like these. I don't use them as often as I used to, so just that disclaimer there, because I have so many other fun, colorful eyeshadow palettes. I mostly just have them as a collection because I just love looking at them. I did used to use Chocolate Dahlia a lot back in the day, and if I do go traveling, I'll bring Chocolate Dahlia with me because it's just so compact and easy to bring. So I'm just gonna throw this on. So I put the deepest shade all over my lid, and you can see I was able to sheer it out really easily. So now I'm just going to use the middle shade just to kind of blend it out a little bit. And I'm just doing this all very quickly. It's as if I was actually trying to get quickly ready for an event, so I'm not doing anything intricate. And then I'll take a smaller brush and use the middle shade on my lower lash line. Mattes are on, super simple like I said. And then with my finger, I'll take the top shimmer, which is just a very plain, easy color. And I'm just gonna put this on. The KAJA shimmer formula is actually super sparkly and really pretty. Definitely very Korean inspired, of course, since they are a meme box brand. You can see it just has such a pretty glitter, so pretty. And I'm just gonna use my finger for the whole thing, just to kind of show how I would do it like in real life if I just was actually trying to just get out the door. I would just use this. And like it does go a little bit lower, but it just still somehow just looks really pretty. And that's really all I would be doing if I was just like trying to like go to an appointment, like I'm meeting someone at the shelter to show cats or something like that. Then that's all I would do. It's just something like this. So easy. Just throw on some mascara and be out the door, and that's it for the eye look. And because my bangs are down, I like didn't even do my brows today because like honestly you can't tell. But I'm not gonna talk about any eyeshadow palettes, by the way. Obviously you guys know, if you guys have wanted Natasha Denona, then now is the time to buy, or if you've wanted a Dior Quint, then now's the time to buy. I'm not going to really steer you in any particular direction of eyeshadow palettes because I have a gargantuan collection. I'm an eyeshadow fiend and I like all my palettes for various reasons. If I didn't, they wouldn't even be in my collection anymore. So, but just so you guys know, if you want to wait for Natasha Denona's Black Friday sale, she does some pretty killer bundles, but then you can't really choose what to get, so just bear that in mind. So I'm just gonna skip over the eyeshadow palettes. As for eyeliners, I currently am mostly into my Korean liners, so I don't really have much to say there. But the Urban Decay Perversion liner is my current favorite black liquid brush tip liner. I love how this looks. It's so black and the tip is so precise. So I'm gonna use this to draw little baby wings at the corners of my eyes. I wish they made this in brown. It's really black. Like, it is so black and it's so easy to draw sharp, tight lines with. Personally on me, there's no issues with smudging or running or anything like that. It's a little tricky to remove because it really does like to stay on, but just use like a oil-based remover, you'll be fine. So I'm just gonna draw tiny wings because my makeup look is very simple. And that's gonna be the eyeliner. As you can see, I'm able to just get such a sharp, fine tip with this brush. Love it. I used to really like the Flow Fleshy ones, but you can't get those anymore because they rebranded and weird stuff going on. I don't even know, so I can't get those, but these are really nice. I like them a lot. In terms of mascaras, if you guys really are looking to get a mascara during the sale, like if you really need one, I really like Lash Idole. I really actually like the Huda Legit Lashes. The voluming side is really great for my lower lashes. I like that one too. If you guys want like a more subtle mascara that very slightly volumizes and very slightly lengthens, Benefit Roller Lash is going to be good for that. Oh yeah, let me mention really quickly. So these actually were just on super deep sale at like Macy's or something, but if you missed that and you want to get them now, you can definitely get them for 20% off. But I'm going to be talking about Benefit Tickle, which is right here. And then I'm also going to want to share with you guys Cookie, which is right here. Now, I have the face palettes that these came in because I got them both for like cheaper than the highlighter would have been full price, so I was like, why not? I'll just get the whole palette. Like I got them for like $20 to $25 each, kind of a thing. So that's the only reason I have the palettes, but the highlighters are available as singles now thanks to everybody loving them so much. Tickle and Cookie are beautiful, and I definitely love Cookie way more because Cookie, I can't talk. Tickle is a blush topper for me, definitely, but I'll put on Cookie today. Cookie is such a beautiful highlighter. Wasn't it Jaclyn Hill who made the Cookie sell out the first time? But it is a little bit more on the intense side, as you can see. It definitely feels a little more old school in the fact that it's so intense, but it really doesn't emphasize texture. I find that the only powder highlighter formula I like more than Cookie is going to be like Becca in terms of these metallic highlighters. And then as far as my other highlighter formula I like a lot, it's going to be the Chinese highlighters from Kaleidos and Flower Nose, but those are very different from these. In terms of a smooth, metallic, wet looking highlighter like this, then I don't think you're going to find much better than Tickle and Cookie unless you have the Becca Skin Perfectors, which you can't really get anymore aside from Champagne Pop. And now let me go through my blushes. So I did mention I'm not going to talk about products where you can get a better deal elsewhere. But I will very just quickly say that I have nearly every single shade of Clinique Cheek Pop and I love them a lot. And if you want a shade now for 20% off, you'll save a couple bucks. The only thing is Clinique does do 30% off sales here and there on and off, so keep your eyes out on the Clinique website. But those are really nice. These two eye primers I do really like that you can get from Sephora, and you can now get them for 20% off. The Rare Beauty Weightless Eye Primer I have been in love with. I'm really glad I made the choice to buy it finally. I just kind of threw it in my cart when I was getting something for my sister. It's not that expensive, so 20% off it'll be even less expensive. Really good as an eye primer. It doesn't dry out my eyelids at all. I find it works with everything. The only thing it doesn't work with is with eyeshadows that are excessively powdery and blend excessively easily. Those require a stickier base. I've stopped using my Makeup Revolution Prime and Lock ever since I got this because this lays on my eyelids better. Like Prime and Lock initially was the only one I really liked because it just didn't dry out my eyelids at least, but it doesn't blend out very well and it sits kind of funny on my eyelids. Compared to this is perfect. This is beautiful. This is amazing. And if you have dry eyelids, absolutely you should consider getting this. And then the other eye primer that I use a lot actually during the summer, and this surprised me because based on the name, I was thinking to myself, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. And this is the NARS Tinted Smudgeproof Eye Base. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this because it's smudge proof. It says it's for oily eyelids. Like, I don't even know why I got this. It must have been like during a 10x points promo for Ulta or something. But actually, I really like this. I don't use this during the winter, but during the summer, I think this is really great. It is slightly tacky and it actually reminds me of the Rare Beauty one. So if you want to save some money, just get the Rare Beauty one and you'll be fine because this one is significantly more expensive. Weird, right? So this surprised me with how good it was, and now that it's approaching spring and summer again where I live, this is gonna be kind of the primer of choice for that season. So like, just wanted to put that out there. Yeah, short list, but I really wanted to keep it short and sweet so that you guys aren't overwhelmed by these products. I'm only talking about things like I legitimately use a lot. If you guys were looking to splurge on a fancy lipstick to make you feel fancy, I definitely really like the Dior formula. This was gifted to me. It's just the red. This is Rouge Dior 999 matte. The matte formula is actually, it looks really nice. It's not completely matte, but in exchange it doesn't dry out your lips. I do like it. They're refillable now, which is cool. And yeah, it's just, you know, if you want that fancy bougie lipstick that makes you feel fancy and bougie, then the Dior lipstick does actually have a good formula behind it as well. And then the other thing I can mention is the YSL Rouge Shine. I'm just gonna hold the Rouge Shine, and it looks like this. These are actually surprisingly a lot more tinted than I thought they would be. They definitely have a lot more pigment to them than you think, which is why I like them so much. The candy sticks, I do want to put one in my cart. So whatever's in stock, because they keep coming in and out of stock, whatever's in stock that's not clear, I'm gonna put that in because I'm so eager to try it. But I definitely have like a newfound love for YSL lipsticks, which is so bad for me, but I really like this. It's really pretty. You see how pigmented it is? It's really pigmented actually. I'll just kind of do a gradient look. It's just so nice, and it just makes your lips look so nice, and it feels really nice too. Okay, and then next I have used these in a couple videos now, but the other YSL stuff, so like Tatouage Couture Matte Stain, I really like this. And then if they're still in stock, because a lot of the shades I think are sold out, and I don't know if it's being discontinued, and I really hope it's not because I'm missing shades and I need them. But the Water Stain, the one with the black cap like this, these are amazing. And the formula itself reminds me of Korean formulas. I feel like there's definitely a formula on the Korean market that's similar, and it would be like, you know, less than half the price. But the reason these are so good is because the applicator is magic. A good formula can be completely brought down into the ground by a bad applicator. I have seen so many drugstore lip glosses where the lip gloss formula had promise, but the applicator was so bad. And I've also had instances where the formula was kind of mediocre, but the applicator was so good that I thought it was amazing. Now, I didn't buy them all full price. I bought them all for like 30 or 40% off, but still it adds up. That's a lot of shades to have from YSL. But I love them and I do use them all. I absolutely adore these. If any of them are in stock and you guys have been thinking about it, I don't think any of you would be disappointed just because the applicator on this is so good. And in a similar vein, this formula, it's very thin. It's not quite matte, so it's actually really comfortable, but it's very thin, not moussey like a Korean formula at all. The applicator on this thing is just the bomb. It just is. This applicator is so good. I don't even know how to explain it, but the shape of it makes it so easy to just drag along your lips because it's slanted. The applicator is very thin in width, so it doesn't pick up very much product, so you don't have to wipe off product. And once you're done applying it to your lips, the applicator has enough give that you can use it to blend out the edges of your lips if you want a blurred lip look. It's just really cool. So I'll show you. Here's what the applicator looks like. You see how it's slanted? That's what the applicator looks like. It is just, these are such amazing applicators that I will willingly pay, you know, these kinds of prices to have this kind of product in my hands. The other thing that I wanted to mention is I actually don't crucify me, but I actually don't care for Fenty's gloss bombs. I have tried them and sold them so many times at this point, like the minis, but I actually don't like the gloss bombs. The gloss creams though, I like these a lot. These are really nice. So I have these 3 shades here, and these are all, this is a solid formula. I like this a lot more than I like the gloss bombs. The gloss bombs are just really thick and sticky, and I just don't really think I'm meant to wear glittery glosses. I just don't think I like how it looks on me, so these are just the smooth thing. They're also much more pigmented. I tend to wear more pigmented glosses because I'm so used to wearing Korean water tints, which don't need a gloss on top. I just never really got into sheer glosses. If you guys want a really good sheer gloss, just get the Lunar Beauty ones. Those are the best. But I do definitely really like the Fenty, the cream ones though, the Color Drip Lip Cream. But yeah, those are really great. Love those. And I actually, now that they're at Ulta, I do really want to pick up the OG like Fenty Glow, I think is what it's called. I definitely do want to pick that up because that, just if I ever get like an Ulta 20% off coupon, that's definitely on my list of things to obtain. Oh yeah, and then one last thing I need to mention are these KAJA gloss sticks. I like these more than I like the M Cosmetics lip cushions, which I actually got rid of. These are a lot better. The M Cosmetics ones were just too thick and just weird. I just didn't like how they sat on my lips. These are so much better. They have this sheer glassiness to them, so it's really truly like a Korean gloss but in a stick. So convenient. The only thing is that they do click up, so don't click it too far because you can't put it back down. I don't think I'm gonna have the budget allowance to get the rest of the shades, but if I did, I absolutely would pick them up because they all look beautiful and I want all of them. These are not that expensive compared to other lip products on Sephora. I believe they're only $17, so these are really nice. That's really gonna be it. That's really all I have to mention. Now, what I want to hear from you guys is I need help figuring out my Sephora cart. So I'm getting the Givenchy matte foundation because I need a matte foundation in my life. I'm so excited about that. But then I can't decide. Should I get the Kosas Cloud powder or should I get the Say loose translucent powder? Or should I get the Guerlain Meteorites? I can't get all 3. So you guys let me know about that. And then also, I really want to get a cream or liquid blush that is matte. And I currently have my eyes on the Laura Mercier one, the liquid one. I've heard the LYS one is pretty matte, but I don't really want to get a clean product that'll expire in 3 months. But yeah, I really had my eye on the Laura Mercier ones because the Makeup by Mario stick that I wanted in Raspberry is currently sold out. I don't know if it'll be back by tomorrow. But if you guys have any matte cream or stick blush recommendations, please throw them at me. I think my problem with them disappearing is I just need to get more vibrant and vivid colors. So like the color of Mario I wanted was raspberry. Please let me know. I'll take recommendations because I am looking to add 1 to my cart, just 1, in a vivid color that is a little bit more on the matte side, just to see if I can get into cream and liquid blushes or if it really, I just need to, you know, swear it off forever. But that's gonna be it for this video. I know it's kind of messy and kind of chaotic and very disorganized and very impromptu, but that's just honestly what I've been using that you can get at Sephora that I would actually recommend you get at Sephora. So I hope this helped you guys. If you guys have any more questions for me before tomorrow, I'm happy to answer them if I can. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.